Hey, ladies and gentlemen, what's going on? Welcome back to the show. In today's gaming news, For Honor is gonna have a campaign, check out Dying Light's upcoming DLC, and the Division beta may be here soon. I don't know that I planned for that to be a regular thing, but it's kind of fun, so it might just become one. First up in gaming news today, looks like the upcoming title For Honor is gonna have a campaign, which is worth noting because there's a lot of games coming out without those. In a recent developer update, Ubisoft answered various questions about the game, one of which was, will there be a solo campaign? For Honor's producer, Stefan Carden said, "We said that we will have a solo campaign, and I can promise you that we will. It's one of the key subjects we're working on." Now, I think this is worth noting just because in the recent months we've been talking a lot about games that come out without any single player campaign. We've got most recently Rainbow Six Siege and of course Star Wars Battlefront. And I've voiced my opinion on these things in the past. While I certainly understand and agree with the fact that most people, myself included, stick with games because of the multiplayer, I think the single player aspect of titles can draw people in. And now I'm not calling for tacked on single players that turn out to be trash, but I think we have to realize that there's a portion of the audience that won't purchase a $60 title, which we of course expect For Honor to be, if it doesn't feel like a full package. And without a single player, many people don't feel like it is. I hope it works out. That's all I gotta say. I hope it's good. For Honor seems like it could be pretty interesting. Next up, I wanted to tell you guys about some upcoming DLC for Dying Light, one of my favorite games from early 2015. A video released on IGN shows the first 16 minutes of gameplay from Dying Light's upcoming DLC, The Following. This expansion takes place in the wilderness outside of the city and is supposed to be as big as the main game, promising to offer at least 20 hours of gameplay. The Following is set in a new environment with new characters, quests, secrets, and the inclusion of drivable all-terrain dirt buggies. So we're just gonna be driving around and running over zombies, which of course sounds like a good time. The thing that I really liked about Dying Light was how fluid and smooth the combat and the parkour systems felt, and it's a game that I'm pretty excited to revisit. In fact, I think I might be getting access to this upcoming DLC in the next few weeks, so stay tuned for that. And I cannot help but contain my excitement for Ubisoft's upcoming title, The Division, and it looks like that beta might be here pretty soon. A thread on the Division subreddit claims to provide proof that the game's beta may begin later this month. In it is shown a conversation with a customer service representative from UK games retailer Funstock, in which they claim that they'll be receiving beta keys within the next couple of weeks and that the closed beta will start on January 29th. Now, if anything, what this actually is someone from Funstock Digital saying something they probably shouldn't, and that just people are essentially fishing for information. And while I don't think that's the best way to go about trying to get these details, frankly, it's the only way, aside from official announcements, that we're gonna find out about things ahead of time, which actually that just still kind of makes me feel, well, I didn't do anything, so it shouldn't make me feel like a scumbag. But you know what? I'm hoping this turns out to be true. The Division is, once again, one of my most anticipated games of this year. I have so many high hopes for it. I really am crossing my fingers that this thing delivers. The RPG, MMO aspects, third-person shooting, it's just so much of what I enjoy about gaming all wrapped into one. And I really hope they don't drop the ball. Major concern, of course, is Ubisoft's recent ability to support multiplayer games, namely Rainbow Six Siege, has been a disaster for me for the past few weeks, although admittedly in the past couple of days, with the recent patches, it appears like they've fixed some of the issues, haven't had as many problems, but there was a full 2 weeks where the game was basically unplayable, and I just don't screw this up, Ubisoft. Please don't screw this up. Please. Alright guys, that's gonna do it for today's episode of The Feed. As always, I want to thank you so much for watching. Once again, this has been Force, and you have just been force-fed. Please don't worry, I know that when I get excited about video games, some of you tend to be concerned that it may mean the disappearance of the Force feed, but I promise it won't happen again. Get down.